What's up guys, Mickle here, and for a very long time now, the XRP price has been suppressed because of the ongoing Ripple SEC case. But when this case ends, there is no doubt in my mind that there will be an explosion in XRP's price. In this video, I want to break down exactly how high XRP can go when this case ends, because I think this is something we all need to be paying attention to. I also want to talk about a brand new case that the SEC just brought. It seems like every single day now we are getting a new case from the SEC. In this video, we're going to break that down, as well as a very interesting development and showing how absurd the SEC's tactics of regulation by enforcement really have been. Make sure to stick around for that. You are not going to want to miss it. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. If you want to see more videos just like this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below and turn on bell notifications. These things go such a long way in helping this channel grow, and it really does mean so much to me. If you guys ever need a good place to buy some XRP or the Flare token, make sure to check out my favorite exchange, Uphold, down in the description of this video. With that said though, let's jump right into it, right after a quick word from the sponsor of this video.
Void.
So let's jump right into the video, and I want to start out and talk about the SEC's new high-profile crypto case, and that is against former NBA Hall of Famer Paul Pierce. Now, this is the same kind of case that the SEC brought against Kim Kardashian. Essentially, Paul Pierce was promoting some crypto scam, and now the SEC is nailing him for it. Now, ultimately, I do think the SEC is kind of in the right here. If you're going to go out and promote scams and try to get people to invest in that scam and not even admit it's an advertisement, well, that's likely a securities violation. Now, the bigger problem with this is where the SEC's motives are. This is once again the SEC going after something where the scam already happened, he already sold the tokens, and now the SEC is just coming in here trying to make it a PR play and trying to make money off the backs of the investors that were hurt. Once again, we see the SEC way too late to this thing, and they're focusing their attention in the wrong places. They're not trying to prevent scams that are about to happen. They're not trying to protect retail investors. Instead, they're coming into the situation late and saying, okay, well, now that this already happened, now that we missed protecting investors, let's see if we can make some money on this. Once again, this is more of a PR move than anything else by Gary Gensler. He has these highly edited videos that come out every single time after he drops a case like this. I'm not going to show it to you guys. I don't want to make your ears bleed, but this likely has so much more money in editing and graphics than the SEC even made off this silly little lawsuit. And once again, this just gives you such a good idea of where the SEC's motives really are. So I want to show you guys another excellent example of the SEC's head being in the complete wrong place when it comes to protecting investors, because Stephen Hubert found something very interesting when he was comparing the lawsuit the SEC just filed against Terra Luna to the one they filed against Ripple. What you guys will notice is the SEC actually went harder against Ripple than they did Terra Luna, and this is completely embarrassing because Terra Luna was a complete fraud. The SEC even alleged fraud in their case, and they looked to enact harsher punishments against Ripple than they're looking to enact against Terra Luna. Take a look at this. According to the SEC Gov, what Ripple and XRP holders did is 7x as bad as what Terra and Do Kwon did. With Luna, the SEC wants to punish only the defendants. With Ripple, the SEC wants to punish the defendants, employees, agents, lawyers, and all people who have anything to do with Ripple or XRP. What this shows more than anything is how out of line the SEC was when they brought this case against Ripple. The SEC brought the case against Ripple and threw everything they could at them. The SEC tried to bring maximum pain, and the funniest part about it is they couldn't even allege fraud. The SEC threw every single punishment they could at Ripple. $2 billion fines, charges against the executives, charges against the employees and the lawyers, and even secondary charges against us just for holding XRP. And the SEC couldn't even find fraud. The SEC had no proof that Ripple knowingly did anything wrong, and yet charged them with almost everything they could throw. In contrast, we see the SEC's case against Luna severely step down from this, and Luna committed fraud. Luna promised crazy APY that could never be delivered, and essentially it was a Ponzi scheme disguised as a decentralized crypto project. This is one of the biggest complaints I have with the SEC. It's not that they aren't right with some of these charges, that some of these charges likely are securities like we talked about with the Kraken product. It's the fact that their cases just don't make sense. Nothing seems logical, and the SEC doesn't seem to have any desire to protect investors. Instead, it looks like all they want is money and power. This is just another reiteration of that. Nothing here is going to protect anyone. Nothing here makes sense and is in line with other cases. And unfortunately, this is just an ongoing trend with the SEC. What we need to happen is we need to have pressure put on the SEC by Congress. Unfortunately, that process is moving way slower than I expected or I wanted. Hopefully that starts playing out, but until then, the SEC is going to have no reason to stop doing any of these things because clearly they have been getting away with it. Now I want to move on and talk about where XRP's price could go when this Ripple SEC case ends. I think that's pretty important to talk about because we are coming to the end of this thing. As long as this case doesn't go to trial, which seems to be a low probability and does end at summary judgment, which could be right around the corner, I think it's time to start looking at where the price of XRP could go. The first thing I want to talk about is how undervalued XRP currently is in the market. A lot of people say that maybe XRP could get to $10 if Ripple beats the SEC in court and we have another bull run. What I want to show you guys is that XRP can easily get to $10 and likely go well past that. If you take a look at how high ETH got during the last bull run at its all-time high, if XRP could reach the market cap ETH had at that point, XRP would have a price of $12. Now, I think we all know that Ethereum is far inferior technology to XRP. A lot of people make the assumption that Ethereum has always led XRP, so why wouldn't it continue to do so? Well, the fascinating thing about that is actually, if you look at historical data, XRP has always outperformed Ethereum. The moment XRP stopped outperforming Ethereum was when the Ripple SEC case was dropped. There is no doubt that the SEC was trying to hold XRP back, and that's likely why we're at the valuations we are today. If this case never got filed, I think it's safe to say we would have seen XRP blow past $10 to $11 and easily could have reached the $15 mark. That's because XRP has always outpaced Ethereum in previous cycles. XRP has always had a market cap higher than Ethereum, so why wouldn't it continue to do so? XRP was held back, and that's why it never reached these valuations. But the good news about that is, and as you guys can probably tell, I'm an eternal optimist, XRP will reach those valuations because this case will end. And not only will this case end, but XRP will achieve a status, a sense of clarity that no other token in the market has. No other token in the market has a direct ruling by the courts on the status of that token. Yes, the SEC came out and said Ethereum might not be a security, but clearly that holds no weight. They've already walked back from that. When this Ripple SEC case ends, we are going to have a decision in the court on whether XRP is a security or not, and this will give funds the confidence to invest into XRP. This will allow the big institutions to come in, and that will allow the XRP price to skyrocket. So do I think XRP is going to stop at $10? No, of course not. I think it will fly past that. And that's because XRP should have hit $10 a long time ago, but the price is being suppressed. When XRP has the clarity it needs, when institutions can finally buy back in with confidence, it's going to go flying past the valuations it should have reached a long time ago. This market is intentionally being held down right now, and it's being suppressed obviously and clearly by the SEC. The good news is, though, that's going to end and actually turn into a catalyst. And how do we know that XRP has the potential to blow past Ethereum's valuations? Well, we just know the things being built on the XRP ledger are so much more important than what's being built on Ethereum. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of cool projects built on Ethereum, but at the end, it's a lot of just retail financial products, a lot of DeFi that doesn't have institutional adoption. What's being built on the XRP ledger is so much bigger. The institutions don't have clarity to go all in on these projects yet, but the trend is that the XRPL is looking to capture extremely large pots of value. Take a look at this from Mark Phillips. Why might Ripple's CBDC projects in Palau and Bhutan be so important? Palau uses USD. Bhutan uses a currency that's pegged 1-to-1 to the Indian rupee. These projects could be proxy tests for the US dollar and the rupee CBDCs respectively. And what Mark Phillips is alluding to here is that Palau can't tokenize their USD without approval from the United States. That's just not how it works. Palau needs to access the Federal Reserve, so if Palau is using the XRP ledger to tokenize their money, they got approval from the United States. The United States would only be allowing this to happen if they were interested in the technology. And the United States is likely watching this CBDC rollout to see, hey, is this going to work for when we want to roll out a CBDC? These are the building blocks to large-scale adoption. And this isn't to some retail DeFi product. This is for an entire nation's currency. These are the kind of things being built on the XRP ledger, and these kind of things just aren't happening on Ethereum. Personally, this is where I want my money to be. I don't want it to be in some retail experiment. I want it to be where the big money is being invested, and that is transforming entire economies. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much, and for now, Mickle out.